P's up, y'all.
Alright.
I'm in this bitch with a nice glazed cinnamon.
Alright.
You know what I'm saying? Reminds me of your hoe.
Not my bitch.
You dig?
You can't be talking about my bitch.
Smoking good,
I did.
but that's nothing new at all.
I did.
Higher than your self-esteem. Flyer than United. Game never lagging, bitch. Not even in the slightest. You dig?
Alright.
Hold on, this your bitch right here. What's up, bitch?
This nigga's talking to my bitch.
I like that. If it's looking good, then I'm feeling good.
This nigga's talking to my bitch.
Don't stop. I need all that shit.
I can dig it though.
You know what I'm saying? All that shit.
I'd like to welcome you to the world's motherfucking greatest podcast in the God damn it. God.
Lungs is good, Chain. I could have kept going. I could have kept going.
Hey, listen. As you can see,
No COVID.
the couch, so you know what that means, BK vibes. And what we tell you, spread love. It is the...
Brooklyn way, goddamn it.
And while in NY, we're only bringing around NY's finest.
For sure.
And I had to go to Harlem and bring the finest that Harlem
uptown,
has.
man.
The uptown vibes in the fucking building.
You hear
Make
me?
some noise for Def Sterling, the fucking guy. Some fucking noise. Yes, Harlem legend. Look at this flat. Look at this. Hold on. Let them see the drip. Before you sit down, let them see the drip.
The Flojo shirt is
Yeah, the
ridiculous.
Flojo Notorious Kid Visionary Society shirt. Yeah, shout out to my guys over there.
Look at the drip.
Great people, man.
Can they see the hat?
Of course, man. Rest in peace, Beck Miller. It's all at all times. At all times.
Like,
This is my guy.
do you not see the? This is why I bring Harlem niggas, because they got the drip. So it's like, yo, let them come see the drip. You were supposed to come on here a while back,
I was.
like a long time ago. You're supposed to come here debate some Drake.
That was.
You're supposed to come here talk about some Knicks.
Yo, we look good.
We watched the game last night.
RJ looked good.
Yeah.
First of all,
He's
let's
a hooper.
relax. This Knicks propaganda stuff is
That's
not.
fine.
We're not starting that here.
I'm
That's
not-
what
hey,
we're not doing.
hey, listen.
We're not doing Knicks propaganda. That's what we're not.
It's
doing.
not propaganda. RJ Barrett is a hooper.
He's good basketball for sure.
he is-
He's good basketball. He's good.
46% shooting from the 3-point line. He's a hooper.
He's good basketball. There's no denying that.
That's all I'm going to say.
But
My son is a
there's
hooper.
still a game under 500.
We are, but
Like,
we-
let's be humble. Let's be
I
humble.
am being humble.
Let's be
We have
humble.
not had a winning record this far. Well, not a winning record, but this good of a record this far into a season in a really long time.
And I respect that. Like, I
I
respect
haven't had an
the
all-star since
optimism.
Melo. I have to have optimism. It's all I have, bro. There's nowhere else to go but up, bro. It's been a real shitty.
You know what? The world is better with Knicks fans are cocky.
Thank
So
you,
you know
man.
what?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm with it.
thank you.
I'm with it.
Shout out to Dipset for saying the Tony shit with that Kip shit. That was a joke.
All right. So, like I said, you're Harlem's finest.
Yes, sir.
You are the embodiment, I think, of when people would think of Harlem
I
niggas.
appreciate that.
You're fly. You're innovative.
Nigga,
You're
you
creative.
when I met you, I was like, oh, that's a New Yorker. Like,
When you hear that, what does that make you think?
That my mission is accomplished. Like
Wow.
that's as I want to be as. I think authenticity is very important to me. I feel like we were just having this conversation. If you are who you are, like you're from where you're from, I think it's just very important. And like I feel like I'm a walking embodiment of my environment. Like I was inspired by the people I grew up around, the music I listened to, the things I saw on a day-to-day basis, my walks to school. Like it's who I am. So I try to carry that with me everywhere I go. Like, I may not be wearing Yankee fitted, but you know I'm a New Yorker. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, is that like, is that like a little much though? Like you really got New, like do you really just feel like having New York on your back at like all
It's not even
times
about-
is like
Nah, it's not even about having New York in your back. It's more like growing up in the city, just the 5 boroughs, and we don't really consider Staten Island. We don't really care about them, but like the 4 boroughs.
Look at this.
Like, it just you had to be.
so petty.
That's what I'm saying.
It's New York shit.
What type of life?
But you had to be different. Like you had to just separate yourself. Like you had to. All right, cool. He's like I don't want to be because I love people from Brooklyn. I'm just not a Brooklyn nigga. Like I need
Yes,
you
you've
to,
said. Listen, I've lived in Brooklyn my whole time in New York,
Yes,
and
you
you
have.
have made that very clear to me.
100%.
That I love this place, but nigga, this is not. These are not my people.
It's not my people. Like no, And it's just a pride thing. I think growing up in Harlem, I mean, growing up anywhere in New York, I'm not gonna say, New Yorkers have pride, period. But growing up in Harlem is just a different. We're such a small place, and like we've just done so much. It's
When did you first realize? Nah, I'm from Harlem. Like, tell me the moment you like, damn, I'm
yo, all right,
I'm
cool.
from Harlem.
Nah, bro, I swear. All right, cool. Yo, the story is crazy. All right, so the day. You remember Cameron did the Bill O'Reilly shit?
Yeah.
Oh, you mad?
He had the
Doggy.
bro. He had the Pistol Pete Mavericks jersey, the New Orleans Jazz jersey.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm on the bus coming from summer camp. My mom just blew mine. I was tight. We're coming up 8th Avenue on the bus. I look out because this is summertime. It's Rucker. Rucker was
It's popping.
bro. I look out the window of the bus and Cam is standing there in the jersey and the big ass diamond earrings, and I'm like. And then I saw him on the news at night. My mom was like, "Who is this Cameron?" And I was like, "That's the," and my world was just like, "Oh my god!" Like, that's the old boy, and everything kind of connected. And I was like,
That's
"Wait,
the old boy. I like that.
like, that's the old boy." Like no, like honestly, man, like being from Harlem, like being able to wear pink. I liked pink as a kid, right? I wasn't confident enough to wear pink. Like I will be completely honest. Like a 7, like I thought it looked cool. It wasn't a bad color, but every guy made fun of girls for liking pink. It just was what it was. And when he was like, "Nah, I'm wearing pink," and I was like, "Wait, I can do that?" I was
Hey,
like,
Cameron, shout out to
yo,
you, bro.
like, honestly,
shout
like-
out to you.
Like it sounds
know what
nuts,
you did
but
for the hood,
like
bro.
Cam is honestly like a superhero. Like he's like my absolute favorite rapper. Him, Jim Jewels, like those guys honestly were.
You
Like,
know what you did for the hood, bro.
they
You,
honestly don't like.
little black boys can wear pink because of you,
I
Cam.
wore pink to prom like 3 times, bro. Like I love the color pink, and I know it's so minute, but like just him showing the confidence, to like, yo, I can do this because I'm
Men
from
can
here.
also wear pink.
Honestly, and at a young age, that shit really stuck with me. That got me to be the kind of person I am today. Like, that's the type of shit Harlem has instilled in me. So yeah, that's a long answer to that.
No. That's a fire answer.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
You talk about having it instilled in you. Like, what about Harlem makes Harlem Harlem?
It's a sense of community. Like, I think that. How do I say this? Like, I could walk around the streets of Harlem, and my mother would know that I was good because she knew people were outside on the corners, like looking out for me. And my grandmother knew my mother was good because she knew that people were on the corners looking out for her. It's like a very tight knit community. Like, it's real special. It's like everything that was happening, you were in the middle of it and kind of didn't realize how big it was until after it was over. Type of situation. Like, I didn't realize how big those Rucker Park games were.
I'm about to tell. Give me a feel. Like, what does a Rucker Park game feel like?
It really, you can't really even imagine it. Like, it's Hannibal would be on the mic in a white EBC jersey, going crazy. I think homie's name was Joe. The homie that created the Harlem Shake would be in the middle of the dance floor, going on the middle of the court, going crazy. My favorite player as a kid, his name was PlayStation. This nigga was so nice, bro. I remember seeing like Skip to my Lou. Like, Rucker was just a different type of. I can't even.
Energy.
Man, like seeing that line go down the block 3-4 blocks because of that Jay-Z shit, the Jay-Z Fat Joe game.
That game that never happened.
Bro, I was there. Like,
You was there for the blackout?
yes, bro. Like, that's bro. I lived across the street. I grew up in those projects. I grew up in Charles Wrangle houses. Like, those projects is like where I'm from. So Rucker Park was right there. I would walk down 8th to go get a General Tso's chicken with mom every payday and see those games. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm from there. Like, that's, you know what I'm saying? So
It's my people, my nigga.
it hits different. Like,
So no mention of beds, you got no mention of laundromat.
you do. It's ace.
I'm sorry.
It's ace. It's all right. It happens. I get it. I get it for sure.
All them niggas would get me right.
That's literally what I'm here for.
It's literally what I'm here for.
You would have. So let's talk about the flyness. No. The flyness is gonna come a little later. Let's talk about partying because Harlem niggas, y'all do. I said the women party better than the men, but y'all getting it. Harlem niggas know how to have a good time.
I love a good time.
Why?
Have a good time.
Why is Dev so mixy? Is that Harlem or is that Dev?
I feel like that was a personal.
That was a little.
That's what I'm saying, but I didn't know if it was Harlem Harlem or not, so I didn't know how to frame that.
By virtue
Charles
of
is
Harlem,
He's about to cap and say he's not mixing.
I was.
I wasn't gonna let him get that off.
thank you. I
I
appreciate
turned
that.
my mic on for that. I wasn't gonna let him get that off. But,
All right, cool. I am a mixed individual. It's crazy.
because I don't like. We don't need him to lie over here. Bro. We
crazy.
don't need him to lie.
I like it,
They just
Romantic.
give
don't need
it such
them
a
to lie.
negative connotation. Like I can't.
Known that for a long time.
Why do you think it's negative?
I don't think that it's negative.
Mm-hmm.
I think that being mixy per se is definitely beneficial. Like there's nothing wrong with knowing people. And for me as a kid from Harlem, we walk everywhere. Like I'm a grown ass man. I don't know how to drive a car because I'm from New York. We walk everywhere. So as you walk everywhere, you really just get to know people, and
That's
you
true.
would see familiar faces. All right, cool. That nigga from 4th. All right, cool. When I go to 4th, I see him. I know him. All right, now I know who he is, and now we hang out when we're on Lennox together in the summertime. All right, now that's my man. Oh, we're going down to a Kingdom game. Now we're in downtown Harlem. Oh, these are the 15th Street niggas. All right, cool. Now I know them. Like that's it. It just how it went. And then another network in Harlem, well, in New York City, period, is the Catholic school system. And if you went to Catholic high school in New York City, all the Catholic school high school parties, all the basketball
I think
games.
that's just a thing, period.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because where we're from, the Catholic school connection
Bro, the Catholic
is fucking ridiculous.
Yo, Catholic high
Shout
school.
out to Charles.
Man, Catholic high schools, I guess across America, but in New York City, it was just a
definitely went to
thing.
Catholic high
If you knew someone that was at Spelman, then you knew someone that was at Hayes. That means you knew a girl that was at Aquinas, and then she probably knew a girl that was at Cathedral. You know what I'm saying?
I've heard about Cathedral.
Man, they had them.
I've heard about Aquinas too.
They had them too. Yo, New York City, oh, they had them. Oh, I miss high school, man.
I feel here's the thing about New York. All right, let's get a little messy. New York and Jersey shawties versus PG, DMV shawties, DC shawties.
Yes.
I'm gonna go PG DC versus New York and Jersey.
Me too.
So
Look, I'm on your side. I'm not fighting you here.
no, I was setting up the brackets.
Oh, no, go ahead, set them
New
up.
York, New Jersey versus PG DC.
Right.
Now, I'm biased,
I get it.
and I lean in my heart, towards PG,
Right.
towards PG DC.
Yes.
But I cannot affront to Jersey in particular. Like I feel as though Jersey
This guy,
has
Charles.
a lot
Yo.
of great work in their
Yo, Jersey-
in the rafters in the rafters. Like
Jersey got some work, man.
like
Jersey-
you know I'm
Jersey-
talking about like the Patterson, like right
Charles.
outside, not too much.
I need you to relax.
Right there. I'm just saying. I'm being very
specific.
Very specific. I'm not giving everybody in Jersey. We're not talking about the Jersey Shore.
Not East Orange.
You know what I'm saying? We're not doing all that. I'm being very specific. But shout out to the Uptown Bobby. Shout out to Harlem.
Nah, we love them all. Shout out to all the Brooklyn girls too. Shout out to Charles Hamilton. Nah, I get you. I
know nothing about New York women, but when you see this,
You gotta relax.
All the Dominican mommies uptown? All the Dominican mommies uptown?
I'm a man
Nah.
of culture.
a man of culture,
I'm a
indeed.
man of culture.
Nah, the Dominican Armies uptown are definitely great people. Shout out to all of them.
All my down shorties in BK?
They're great as well. I love Brooklyn women.
Why do you
He
know
used
so
to-
much?
I've been around these parts.
I gotta
bro.
say, been there for a little
These
bit.
parts, bro.
You've had a lot 45 night or two, you know what I'm saying?
Tell these niggas they been in Lot 45, they
I
done
was-
seen
I
some
was
things.
with you. I was there.
You've seen some things you've been in Lot 45.
Kinfolk are many of nights.
Kinfolk was a vibe, bro.
Man,
You had to
Did we
be
go to
there.
Kinfolk?
For sure.
You been
For sure.
I'm about to say that was a good time.
You had to be. Well, speaking of that, you took me to one of the most peculiar parties I've ever been to.
What party was that?
A Pizza Zoo party. You were the first person to take me to one of those.
That joint was crazy.
Yeah, man. Shout out Pizza Zoo.
Yeah, shout out to Pizza Zoo. Apparently, I got there later, like after it had passed the house party stage. But for you, like, what do you remember of that sort of era of New York partying?
That shit
and,
was
like,
cool, man. Like that era, it'll probably never come back, obviously because of circumstances. But that era of New York, like,
Man, you never know. You see Miami and
that's a
shit.
very good point. It's nasty down there.
So we don't get to your Miami connection.
Relax. I would say like partying in New York, like 2015, 2016, it was just it was so much fun in the city. Like everything was happening in the city. It felt like it was like these new entities of or collectives of people just starting these different ideas. Like tacos, tequila, and trap was a thing.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, bro. It was.
The Duce Palooza shit happened around that time, right? Or Henny?
It was Henny at that
Palooza
point.
At that point.
Yeah. I just need to. I mean, we said it and we're on the podcast. So that nigga Chris Styles is a bozo.
He hates him.
I hate that
He
nigga.
really hates him. Like, I think he's a really nasty man, but he hates him.
I hate that nigga.
And like,
You're a nasty man.
he's like, hey, this is and listen, low key, we need more men to do this.
I mean, I feel that.
We need more men to call out men for being
He
nasty
just
men.
dropped a book. Like no one's trying to read that shit, bro.
What?
Wow, you really dropped the book?
Bro,
That's read the fucking
Doing
room,
what?
my guy.
For what?
Read
What
the
are you
fucking
explaining?
he's in a
room.
YouTube couple now.
Wow.
After all the nasty work,
Listen.
you know what's really nasty? There was a lot of allegations during the quarantine, and people just act like they didn't happen. Like, we know there were whole rape pages made about y'all. Y'all know we saw those, right?
It's nasty.
They didn't go away.
That's nasty.
Like,
Anyway,
we know you got
I
a
just didn't
rapist.
want you to bring that up and me not say that. But
Hey, listen,
I respect it.
But
that's
yes,
fine. You gotta know that.
Pardon the left. But yes, that was a
That was
start-
error. That
They
was
had started
error.
earlier than that, but for sure, it was
that was error.
it was a great time in New York City for sure. Like I missed that a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I missed that a lot.
So, outside of that, let's go to Miami.
Okay.
You did a stint in Miami.
I didn't
Shout
do a
out
bid.
Barry. In a bid?
Nah, I didn't do a bid. It was
Come
the
on.
greatest 4 years of my life.
Greatest for so that was your LeBron. Was that your LeBron?
And you know what the crazy part is?
Mm-hmm.
Literally, the 4 years he was there, I was there. I look at it like a parallel.
If it wasn't for you.
You know what I'm saying? What the nigga Benny said?
LeBron, I got drafted to the.
I love Benny
I
so
got
much,
drafted to
but that
the,
I got drafted to the feds,
Feds.
bro. You didn't.
LeBron got drafted to the NBA.
I got drafted to the feds. That's nuts, bro.
18
That was nuts.
That was definitely
That
funny.
was nuts.
Shout out to
Yeah,
you, Benny.
yeah, I love Benny, man.
That's a bar.
It wasn't a bar.
So you.
It wasn't.
I found out that no. Listen, Dev has took a stance today. He is not for abuses and he is not for mass incarceration.
Yeah,
like,
no, I'm
stop
not.
this.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Real black man. Let's talk about your Miami. You're just Miami.
My second favorite place.
Your second favorite place behind Harlem. Why is Miami so popular to you? Because like I know everybody who like. Oh, hold on. Also, why were so many of y'all from here in Miami?
At that time, that was just some New York shit. Like niggas just wanted to get out of the city for a while. Like I'm not gonna lie, at the end of 2010, 2011, like it was nasty up here. Like a lot of niggas were getting shot. There was a lot of niggas dying, and niggas was like, all right, I want to get off the city for a minute. And Florida was like
Closest but furthest place.
you know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't. It was sunshine, but it wasn't California. It wasn't a 5-hour flight. I'm out across the country. I can get home if I needed to really get home. And to be honest, the reason why I ended up at Barry was because I wanted to be a marine biologist.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wanted to be one too.
Yeah. Over an episode of Seinfeld, the marine biologist episode, I was like, that sounds funny. I was like, how much do they make? And I saw how much marine biologists made, and I was like, oh yeah,
That sounds like fun.
that shit, that right there. So I applied to every school for marine biology and only got into Barry.
That is college is a very weird place because that is how
100%.
people make decisions off of Seinfeld shows.
Yeah, that's honest, yo, bro. That's literally the reason. I wore a Seinfeld jacket here today. Like it's,
You did.
I did. Like it's not even. That's my favorite show in the world, and that inspired me to become a marine biologist, and that's how I ended up in Miami, and that's how I ended up meeting you guys because I wouldn't have met you without
Wow.
Miles. You know what I'm saying?
Jerry, thank you.
Thank you. No, it was, Larry David. Shout out to you for sure.
You gotta give credit to the face.
For sure.
Jerry.
For sure.
But
Larry, really the guy.
Curb.
Greatness.
Amazing.
Give us another season, please.
You're kind of old though, so I can understand why. I'm not like that's not a bad
We
thing.
got to keep him safe.
And, you know, like COVID is real, so
This is-
like
you don't know what his.
don't hurt yourself.
You don't know. Pre-existing, baby.
Don't overextend yourself.
Yeah, come on, bro. You have a long life to live.
We need you here.
Can't keep more legends.
Just write some shit.
Can't take more legends.
Can't take more legends. Yeah, like once you get like past like 96th Street, you see all the good dogs in New York City. Like the real like.
This is a real New York conversation. All the good dogs are under 96th Street.
Okay, let me not say that because that sounds really dickish. Not good dogs. All dogs are good dogs. Fancy dogs, like the dogs you'd see in the.
Are the dogs above
Like the
96 and
purebred
Uptown?
poodles
what's
and
that?
shit.
What's the
fancy
show?
enough for you?
What's the Bensminster?
Westminster.
That joint. All the dogs.
the dog show.
The dog show. All the dogs you would see in that show like are all under like 96th
So
Street.
you mean
West End over there ish.
The dogs that have the resources to be economically developed, while the dogs,
Like we said, bland.
uptown. Okay,
Like we said,
okay.
bland.
I don't respect. All right, so outside of
Resources. Hey, Charles, fuck out of here, dog. You really gonna classify dogs now?
I'm just saying, like, don't classify
That's
by
crazy.
don't classify by
Resources.
above 96 dogs as
My above 96 dogs. I love all dogs above 96 too. I'm just
I'm
saying.
saying all dogs matter.
They-
All dogs, man.
I'm just saying. Y'all don't feel that?
That nigga's a
Y'all
sick
don't
man,
feel-
bro.
Y'all feel that. All right.
it's only one.
Let's slow down. A lot of day left. Like,
All right, so
Yes.
we had a whole conversation about Miami, and it has been derailed by dogs. So shout out to the dogs.
Shout out to the dogs. Shout out DMX, man. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace to the
Yeah,
dog.
rest in peace, DMX.
It's all serendipitous, right? So fashion though.
Yes.
Let's really dig into this.
Let's talk.
Was Miami the start of the fashion, or like?
No.
Ooh.
No.
No.
So when was the first piece you like? When did you
First piece, I mean, like, I've always made one-offs for myself. Like,
Yes, you used to do a custom of shoes.
yeah, like, I've always liked jackets. Like, I made a custom varsity jacket. It started, like, wearing rugby and shit. Like, when rugby had their store on 12th in University, you could go in there and get patches, patch your shit up.
Yeah, they used to have that joint in Georgetown.
For sure had it in Georgetown. I always wanted to go to the rugby store in Georgetown, but I never got to go. But you would be able to go in there, customize your shit, and that was like a mind-opening thing for me. I was like, all right, I can do this. And then like eBay, being able to go find all types of different patches. So I remember having a Nassau phase where I would look up old Apollo missions and then just try to find all the patches for those missions and then put those on a jacket because I thought it would look cool. Like I would always do shit like that. So it's not like Miami started the fashion shit. I think if anything, Miami made me want to hustle more.
Wow, that's interesting. From the city of the hustlers, talking
A guy
about
from Harlem.
yeah.
I know, right? Like
City of
the
make or
home of
break.
the home of the hustlers. But like when you around money all day and just opulence and like beautiful shit, that shit, man, like
You actually see money down
Fam,
there. Up here is a little
it's
different.
not even like you could be on your block and you could see the nigga getting money and like
Yeah.
he getting money, that's cool.
But in Miami,
But then when you have class with a kid that's like, oh yeah, one of my dad's 21 Ferraris is in the shop, it's like, oh,
this
that's
is wealth.
that's what got it.
Yeah.
Like, yo, you want to go to the Bahamas this weekend? We're gonna get on the boat and just like go
Go.
down. And I'm like,
What?
oh, that's like you don't get that. You can't get that in the city. Like, you're not gonna be walking down the block and see Bugatti because someone's going to Prime for dinner. Like, you don't get those same types of experiences. So like in Miami, I really got to see like, oh, this shit exists. Like I can be in New York all day and not go to Fifth Avenue or
true.
not go to Wall Street. You can be on the highway in
That's a good point.
in the middle of the hood in Miami, and a Lambo will drive past you.
That's very true.
And like that type of shit has always been the thing that got me going. Like I remember seeing Cameron in the Pepsi Blue Lamborghini on 168th Street. Like that shit got me going. Like that's the shit that entices me. Like I can't.
You see Cam everywhere.
Yeah,
huh?
bro, Cam was everywhere. And he had a Pepsi Blue Lambo and a pink Range Rover. You could not miss him. Like he wanted to be seen, but that's neither here nor there. No, but yeah, that I remember where I was going with that.
Nah, that's we're about
definitely seen in
the
DC.
fashion sort of beginnings. All right, so I get that. So for me, when did you take this dive? Because I remember maybe it was like 2 or 3 years ago. You were like, bro, I hate what I'm doing. I need to do something else. And everybody was like, yo, you mad fly dope dude. Like you,
figure it out. Like you can figure it out.
You throw the party. Like the first thing I remember, first of all, was the parties. The Dipset art
The
installation.
art event, yeah.
After that, you know, COVID happened and shit kind of slowed down.
It was nasty.
But like, kind of speak to that. Like that, what was the beginning part? Because
So that I got you.
Yeah.
I know. So that process was. I've always wanted to tell a story on the platform. This is actually kind of like cool for me. So the process was I had come to the terms that I hated my job. We had that conversation tons of times, and it was just like there's two things I really hate. I hate answering to people, And it's not like a matter of like I like to be a boss. It's not that. I just like doing things when I feel like doing things. If I'm good at something, if you're paying me to do something, I can do it. Don't micromanage me. I hate that shit. And I really hate sitting behind a desk for 8 hours a day. Like those two things really drive me crazy. So I was like, I'm not doing this shit anymore. And I was in a position where if I were to quit my job, I would still have a roof over my head. I would still have food in my stomach. I would be good. I didn't need it to survive. It wasn't a necessity for me. Okay. And if there were any point in my life there was a time to take that risk and bet on myself, it was then. I quit. I throw a Rockefeller art event that's really successful. It works. And I'm like, oh, shit is up. We're good. Then we throw the party at the beginning of January 2020. That goes great, and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna give you a spot. You can just throw parties here." It was going to be awesome. Events was going to be the way I was going to start making money. COVID happens, so now it's like, all right, you kind of have to pivot and figure out what it is that you can do.
What is that moment like when you like, yo, we're good. Like shit is about to be up. We got our spot. We got our events popping, and then they be like, "Yeah, no. How about you sit your ass down in the house?"
That was
or a year and a half.
Well, at that point we didn't know, but
we did. But like,
you know,
I was sitting on my bed trying to comprehend like what everything. Like, we can't go outside. We can't be near people because this virus can. It was a lot to like try.
I throw parties.
Yeah. I need to like. How am I going? Like, it was a
I need people around each other.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I survived that way.
Yeah.
How all the things that I had in motion, all the things that were about to happen, because things were definitely about to happen. I'm sure as everyone, things were about to happen. It seemed like things were on the up, and then everything kind of stopped. So, in all of that, I mean, I was going to therapy and then talking to my therapist about a lot of shit. Yeah, go to therapy. Huge advocate for therapy, especially black men going to therapy. It's not necessarily a thing that's talked about in our communities. It's kind of like shunned. But I would definitely encourage anyone to go. It definitely has helped me immensely. But I guess trying to figure out who I am, what it is that I want to do, where I come from, it got me. My grandmother died when I was 2. Mm-hmm. But apparently me and my grandmother had this like really dope relationship. And like I would wake up in the mornings early with her and she would make coffee and she would make me a fake cup of coffee and like we would watch the news together like every morning. This was like her thing. And quarantine, you're in the house all day, so I'm looking at old photos, I'm hearing old stories, and it felt like I was meeting this woman for the first time. Like as an adult. And like the building that she raised my family in was 2ElevenG West 151st Street. So it just kind of felt like and it's also like right across the water from Yankee Stadium, huge Yankee fan. So it felt as if I was meeting her and getting to know who I was, who she was, what the family meant, like how it came to be. And it just felt like the root of all of that. And the thing about not just kids in New York, just kids anywhere, like grandma's house is grandma's house.
It's one of the best places.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I didn't really get to experience it that much. Like, I don't really remember it because she passed when I was so young. Mm. But like my older cousins talked to me about it, how like the experience of going to grandma's house was like so much fun, and how like they still light up talking about it, and they're in their 30s and in their 40s. So like, I would just feel that energy. Pause. And
Harlem will always be Harlem.
I'm sorry.
Harlem will always be Harlem.
I'm sorry.
Heartfelt story.
Nigga was real loud getting vulnerable.
Getting vulnerable.
Don't be vulnerable. And then had to pause the jump.
Never change, Harlem. Never change.
I love niggas. Yeah.
Never change.
But continue. But yeah, so I just kind of started to try to create from a place of like the things I loved as a kid. And as I did that, I kind of realized how similar the childhoods were of my older cousins and how grandma was. And it just made me want to just create something. And yeah, 2ElevenG is kind of this brainchild of me trying to figure out a way to make money in a pandemic and my immense love for storytelling.
I was going to ask, what the fuck is 2ElevenG? And you explained that quite elegantly.
Yeah.
Lovely. Shout out to grandma.
That's home base right
Shout
there.
Shout out to
that's
grandma.
Home base, that's why it's like so baseball themed. That's like, you know what I'm saying?
I like that. I like
yeah.
that.
So aside from business, David,
What was it like? Because you're a very social person.
I am.
You like people.
Love people.
You love being outside.
Mm-hmm.
So what was it like mentally pivoting to not being able to go out, see your mans? And
It was difficult. It was
because you talked
very.
about mental health, so I just had to
It was-
ask how you was doing.
It was very difficult. I cannot lie. It was very difficult. And like at that very same time, I was like going through a breakup as well. So like all of that shit. So like the moment you would need to go out,
you couldn't.
oh, I'm about to go get blasted with all my guys. It's lit. No, you're not. Sit your ass in the house. Reflect. Think about your emotions.
What did you do?
Yeah,
wrong?
we're working. Yo, bro, you know how many times I figured out what to do?
Hey, I just went through a breakup.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, bro, and like being forced to deal with those emotions, and it was. It was.
Sorry, it's not funny, but
Nah, that's funny. Nah, I felt it because we just felt each other. Nah, that's
What I'm saying.
that little.
Yeah,
that
that
was
shit was
a little- that
hilarious.
was a bit
But now, like having to deal with all of those things, that,
Friendship, Charles.
you know what I'm saying? Like all of those things happening at the same time, especially at a time like that when you would want to be around your people and you couldn't. It was very, very difficult. But like I kind of love the way like Twitter tried to like create new ways of connecting.
Yeah.
We went
Zoom
through
parties?
Did the Zoom parties. We went through that really bad challenge phase.
Yeah.
Where everything
I
was
did
a challenge.
push-ups.
I participated.
I did some push-ups. I did some push-ups.
I did.
Not
that.
proud.
I did the great brim hat thing. I'm not too proud of that one either.
That's
but it
nasty
happened.
work, buddy. Like, the push-ups, I'm gonna say we were all part of that, but the
That was just the.
hold on. Let me show you a picture I got on my phone.
It was. It's the truth. I honestly, because it was like, you know what?
The great brim.
I remember you dropped that though too. Yeah,
I didn't need to do it, but I had a lot of them shits. I was like, yeah, why not? And then I kind of felt stupid after doing it, but it existed, so I wasn't about to delete it.
all the challenges in that.
Keep talking, because I'm gonna find it. There's a great picture. Great picture I have
Charles
of
is a
you.
sick man. Why would you?
It's nuts. Nah, I'm not gonna lie, I shouldn't have done it. But like, honestly,
Listen, quarantine was the time, bro.
It was
like,
quarantine,
I can't even
like, I
hold
thought that
During
was-
the quarantine, niggas was really just
Doing anything.
Doing anything.
I was in a
Niggas trying to reinvent the
Netflix.
wheel.
Shot challenge.
Remember the shot challenge, the movie watch parties.
Oh yeah,
The Netflix watch parties.
Everybody press at the same time.
Yeah.
Niggas in the comment section, like I remember watching Paid in Full.
I see you was in one of them
and I
joints.
was quoting the movie and shit because like, I would be doing that if I was with my friends doing it. It just wasn't the same. Like it wasn't.
I didn't know niggas was pressing shit at the same time.
Bro, it was nasty work.
It was
man.
very
They found a way for you to actually watch it all together.
Yeah.
Niggas wild.
Yeah, it was like an app
It's like
It's like an app.
extension.
Thank you, sir.
It was an extension.
That's what.
About right, you know.
It's a nice watch.
Bahrain.
Yeah. That's where it came from.
It's a nice
Oh
fucking watch.
fuck!
Oh, you
Watch,
prefer
I can't find it. Watch, I'm gonna find it after we done. I'm gonna be fucking pissed. It's okay.
Are you talking about the cat picture?
No, it's the joint you got. It's the what you
All the hats.
All the hats.
But the name of the company is Noon. N-U-U-N.
Oh, that's a really nice watch.
Thank
Shout out, this is not a plug. I just think that that's a very. I like Arabic dials.
Same.
Yeah, very classy.
All
Charles
right,
has still not found this picture.
I have it. It's okay.
It's okay.
So we're gonna finish with. All right, so we know about the brand, but I love the jackets. I love the Lonely Lovers Club.
That shirt is amazing. The shoe was also amazing.
I appreciate that.
Just like, okay, go ahead, Charles.
No, I'm just curious. The New York Don't Care, the Lonely Lovers Club, like, are they all sort of themes within
The
it?
crisp fitted.
The crisp fitted.
That was a personal favorite.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You'll love what's coming.
Okay.
Pause.
Honestly, that one. I'm not mad at that
Laugh
one.
out loud at the group deciding which ones they felt.
I'm not mad at that.
That's what I'm saying. Gotta do better, people.
That
We
was just a
gotta do
comeback.
better.
That was just
Gotta do
for
better.
entertainment value.
I respect that. I respect that.
Thank you.
Lean into it. The lean into it wasn't kosher. That wasn't kosher. Hey, you guys are childish.
I got nothing for you.
You guys are childish.
So,
Dramatic for real.
I didn't even do anything.
so yes, the crisp fitted. That's the way I create. I think I've realized is I don't want to say I will never want to create according to the seasons like spring, summer, fall, winter. That's just not how my brain operates. Like I
That's
like
not how you dress either.
yeah, I like capsules. I like complete thoughts. I like a beginning and an end. I like storytelling. And within all of those things, I can tell different stories at different times. So, like, New York Don't Care is the mantra for the brand itself. Like,
Gotcha.
2ElevenG is the name. New York Don't Care is just, it's the truth. Niggas don't give a fuck. Like,
I respect
New
it.
York City is the place where you can walk down the street bawling your eyes out and no one will say a word to you because we don't care. Like,
They won't tell you get the fuck out the way.
you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's not like it's not meant to be negative. It's
For
just
sure.
like
It's just like I'm going
it's-
somewhere. And
it
you're
is
in
what
the
it
way.
is.
you gotta get what you gotta get done. Like, you going through shit. New York don't care. Figure it out. Like, this is, if you want to make it here, you gotta make it here. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's no excuses. New York don't care. So that's the mantra. The Lonely Lovers Club is like it's a capsule collection that was inspired by a show that I will not say the name of because I do not want to be sued. But there was a show that kids my age, well, not even kids my age, kids for tons of years would watch, and it was like their introduction to porn. And it was on public access TV in New York City. If you know, you know.
Okay.
And that, yeah, you know, he knows. He knows. I know you know. Yes, you, come on, man. So,
You know we could do the edits.
I don't have a mic
okay, so the
on. You are.
no, if you can edit that out.
Yeah, we got you.
It was a show that was the first show I ever saw boobs on live television. And like, I remember the next day in school going to my friends and like, be like, yo, we knew about that too. We just didn't know if we would say anything. And like, that was like a moment. And then like, I remember telling my older cousin, he was like, oh, you saw it on that show? That's how I first saw them too. And being like, is this like the rite of passage? Like, is this how it, I'm saying? So that always stuck with me. And like that, the imagery on the TV show always, I thought was cool. So I decided to create something.
Man has been tapping into his childhood brain, boy.
Man, you want
That's
to,
when we were our most creative.
fam, I showed you, right?
Yeah.
I showed you.
It's beautiful.
Fam,
Came together well.
it really did. Shout out to you for your help initially.
That's right.
You did.
Ooh,
420.
I like those. Those are hard.
Thank you.
Those are really hard. Yeah, y'all can't see this. That's exclusive. 420 shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but I only want to create shit that I like. People like. I respect you guys' opinion. I'm not.
No, that's hard. That's
Yes,
that's
but,
dope.
for sure.
That's
but
dope.
also I only care about people whose opinions I value's opinions. Like, I want to create shit that creators would understand. Like, I want to create shit that inspired
That's
me as a
hard. I
kid
like that.
because like that's the shit that I like and that I care about. Like, money isn't the motivator for me, and I think that that's the biggest thing that I learned in this journey. And as I'm saying that out loud, I think I should have realized that when I switched majors in college because I didn't want to do marine biology anymore. Wow, yeah. Anyway, it doesn't, like, I don't care about chasing the money to me. Like, it'll come when it comes. Like, I'd much rather be happy doing some shit that I care about than being paid a lot of money to do some shit I didn't care about. And when I
Still pay though.
still pay,
For sure.
Sticks don't.
like, it isn't, like, it's still, like,
We're not doing this for fun.
not for fun. I just, I
Creative
I like
art
it.
is very expensive.
it is, yo,
I
bro.
enjoy this. What?
I never thought I'd be as comfortable taking L's as I've become comfortable taking L's. Or as comfortable seeing the numbers in the bank account be as low as they are because you know you gotta get shit out.
They're
Like,
lessons. They're not L's.
they're not L's, they're definitely lessons. But learning how to take those in
sure.
stride has been like, because 2 years ago, if half the things that would have happened on the journey to that first t-shirt would have happened, like, I would have quit. Like, I knew myself. Like, I've been able to come to a place where I can fight through that shit because that shit's not that important. Like, I know that there's a bigger goal in mind, that I have a purpose, that I'm doing this shit for a reason, and I just kind of have to believe in myself. Like, believing in myself has gotten me to this point. Believing that I could quit my job and figure it out. Believing that I could throw events, and then saying, "Oh shit, I can't throw events. All right, cool. How can we do this now?" And I know my mind. I know that I can create some shit that's conceptually different, or something that no one's seen in a long. Like, no one's doing chain stitch jackets. It's just the truth.
So you're throwing events just in a different way. You're
Yes,
giving
I'm
your
telling
art in a different
stories
way.
in a different way.
For sure.
And I think that that's the way to do it. Like, and picking up a camera and taking photos now. That's another way to tell stories. in all of this, the being able to tell a story and having people be able to relate to it or call back like, oh, I remember being at grandma's crib and seeing X, Y, and Z, or seeing this on the TV and sharing those experiences. Or like if you see your uncle and he's an old nigga that smokes weed and he only smokes Dutches, you see a Dutch box, you will think of that family member. That's the type of shit that I want to tap into because that's the type of shit that always inspired me as a kid, you know?
Listen, Harlem niggas be getting it, man. Make some fucking noise for Dev. Make some fucking noise for Harlem.
Thank you, my brother. I'm actually really happy we got to do this. I've been wanting to do this for a while.
I'm glad that you came. We're thankful for you.
I'm thankful for you guys, man.
Before people leave though, this is what we do. This is all about you. It's nothing from us.
I appreciate
You're
that.
gonna look right into that camera and you're gonna tell them, the people, all our fans, all your fans, something they need to know about you. Or something you want them to know about you.
Something I want them to know about me. Everything I do is actually authentic. It's from the heart. It's so much time. There's so much effort that goes into this. There's no shortcuts. It's 100% me. Like I said at the beginning of this, I'm not good at being vulnerable, but through clothing, through hats, through whatever it is, it's my one way of being able to truly be vulnerable. So if you do buy anything, from the bottom of my heart, I really do appreciate it. It is coming to you with love and with care. It's a well-engineered garment, and I appreciate you for shopping. I know those jackets are pretty lofty, but they're really, really good jackets that will last for a really, really good long time. So, shop with me, man. Just shop with me. I promise you, you will not regret it at all.
New York don't care.
They don't.
I have one more question.
I
before we
got
leave.
an answer. So good.
Okay. What makes you more excited, creating the item or shooting the item? Because you are also like a creative director,
Little fashion designer
type guy. So you know
I appreciate that. Yeah,
model.
all that.
Yeah, I've fallen into that. I kind of like it too. It makes me feel good. I enjoy the creating process of it more. Okay. But honestly, when I'm doing the creating process, I'm kind of already envisioning how I would want it to shoot it. How I would want it to look like that. Like
that's why I asked.
Yeah, because it's like I look at shit like a storyboard. So like in creating that shirt, it was like the Lonely Lovers Club. If you up late night by yourself.
I was literally about to say that because like the way you shot the Lonely Lovers Club T-shirt jump, like with Shawty,
just in her house by herself drinking tequila, lonely
on the bed with the shirt, nothing else.
It's amazing. It doesn't have to be too like extravagant. Nah, like I think, and that's finding the beauty and the simplicity of it. That's
like
it doesn't have
fit
to
the caption of the shirt with the mood of the.
It doesn't have to be this huge. If you can storytell, you can storytell. Like I hate long captions on Instagram. I do like, and it's nothing against people that use them. Like you can convey so much with a lot less. Mm-hmm. But as a storyteller, you're able. Like, I guess I'm able to do that in different mediums. But yeah, I appreciate you because so much time and effort went into that whole thing. Like so many tweaks, and so you saying that definitely means a lot to me because a lot went into that. And so for you to say I like it and I like you can actually appreciate it, that means a lot to me. It does.
It's all love, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
We're here.
New York don't care. That's what I try to tell you.
You don't.
2ElevenG. Shout out the fucking brand. Shout out Dev Sterling.
My guys.
Make sure y'all check him out. Hey, hold on. How to get you on the socials? Let them know.
Dev_Sterling, like silver.
You see, we get money out here.
2ElevenG on Instagram as well. And if you want to see some shit that I shot with a camera, it's tags ripped.
Listen, it's all there for you. You know we gonna put them on the screen, so you gonna see them here too.
All that.
One last time, make some noise for Harlem. Make some noise for Dev Sterling.
Appreciate you guys, man.